Hi, welcome to Big Data Analytics tutorial. In this video, I will discuss decision trees. The contents of the video are Introduction to decision tree problem I will explain with an example. Later we will take one more example and we will solve that example using decision tree concept. First we will discuss what is decision tree. Decision trees are a simple way to guide one's path to a decision. These are actually supervised machine learning classification algorithms. The decision may be a very simple binary one, whether to approve a loan or not, or it may be a complex multi-value decision as to what may be the diagnosis for a particular disease. So we can have a simple binary decision, binary classification or multi-valued classification problems can be solved with the help of decision trees. Decision trees are hierarchically branched structures that help one to come to a decision based on asking certain questions in a particular sequence. So decision trees are hierarchically branched structures, or you can say branched trees. Using those particular trees, we can come to a decision by asking some questions in a particular order. We cannot ask the question in any direction. We need to ask the question starting from the root till we reach the leaf. So that is how actually we need to ask the questions. The decision trees are one of the most widely used techniques for classification. A good decision tree should be short and ask only few meaningful questions. Like for a particular given data, there may be multiple number of decision trees. But what should happen here is we need to select or we need to draw one decision tree which should be as short as possible, and we should be able to ask a very few questions and we should get the answers for that one. So that is how actually the decision should be. If it is like that, then definitely that particular decision tree is a perfect solution for the given problem. Decision trees can generate knowledge from a few test instances that can then be applied for a broad populations. So this is related to the testing data or training and testing data. When it comes to artificial neural networks, we need a large amount of data for training the model. But when it comes to decision trees, if we have a few instances of test data or training and testing data, the decision trees work perfectly fine. So it works on a very small data set also. So that is what actually the meaning of this statement. The decision trees are used mostly to answer relatively simple binary decisions. When you have multi-valued decisions or multi-level classifications, usually we don't use decision trees. We used to go to something called as artificial neural networks for such kind of problems. But when you have a very simple problems where we have binary decisions, we can use decision trees. Just take an example to understand how the decision tree works. Imagine a conversation between a doctor and patient. A doctor asks a question to determine the cause of ailment. The doctor would continue to ask the questions till he or she is able to arrive at a reasonable decision. If nothing seems plausible, he or she might recommend some tests to generate more data and options. So what happens initially is the doctor asks questions to the patient. The first question he will ask, and if he come up with a decision, that's fine. That's the end of that particular conversation. But if he doesn't come with a decision, he will ask some more questions. He will ask second question. He will ask third question, so on. He go on asking the questions unless and until he come up with a reasonable decision. But he doesn't come with a decision, he may recommend some tests so that he can generate a few more data and options so that he can come up with a decision. So that is how actually the decision tree works. So in the decision tree, what we do is we just go on asking some questions and then we just go on trying that particular structure unless we get a decision here. So this is how actually the any field solve the problems. They use decision tree or decision rules. For every question they ask, the potential answer create a separate branch for further questioning. For each branch, the expert would know how to proceed ahead. The process continues until the end of the tree is reached, which means the leaf is reached. Human experts learn from the past experiences or the data points. Similarly, machine learning or a machine can be trained to learn from the past experiences and extract the same knowledge or some knowledge or rules from it. So that's how actually the machine learning works. As the human experts ask the questions, ask the questions, or they will learn from the past experiences or the data points. Similar to that, we can train the machines using the past data points and extract some knowledge or the rules from it. A decision tree would have a predictive accuracy based on how often it makes correct decisions. So whenever you create a decision tree, you definitely test that particular decision tree whether it is working fine or not. So when you want to test that particular thing, we give some testing data, and then we check whether the predicted answer is correct than the actual what we can say, that label. If both of them are same, then definitely it's a correct classification. If the predicted label and the actual label are not same, definitely the classification is wrong. So depending on the number of correct classifications, we can easily calculate the predictive accuracy. What is the accuracy of that particular decision tree? So just take an example. There are 100 testing data are there. Out of 100 testing data, 75 were classified correctly and 25 were classified incorrectly. So what will be the accuracy in this case? This total number of examples are 100, and out of 100, 75 were classified correctly. So the meaning of this one is, we can say that 75 divided by 100, that is 75% is the accuracy or a predictive accuracy of that decision tree. The more the training data is provided, the more accurate its knowledge extraction will be, and thus it will make more accurate decisions. So that's how the things works in machine learning. If you have more training data, definitely there will be more knowledge you can extract, and definitely you will get more accurate decisions, or you can make more accurate decisions, you can say. The more variables the tree can choose from, the tree will come out better with higher accuracy. In addition, a good decision tree should also be frugal, that is, it should be as small as possible. You should not have, we can say that, a larger tree where we can solve the problem with a small tree. So that thing should not happen. We should have the tree as small as possible. You should get the answer by asking very least number of questions. So that is what actually should happen. If that is the case, the particular decision tree is called as the perfect decision tree in that case. Now we'll take one very simple example to understand how decision tree works, and then we'll try to solve it numerically. Okay, so here we have one testing data. It's not actually the training data, it's a testing data. In this testing data, there is one condition given to us, like they have given the 4 attributes or the variables here, like outlook, temperature, humidity and windy, and each of them are having some different possible values, like in this case sunny, hot, normal and true for the 4 attributes respectively. Now what we need to do here is we need to test, or can say that we need to find the label for the play, that is a decision variable in this case, whether a particular person will play or he will not play tennis. That is what actually the meaning here. So how to come up to this particular decision? So what we need to do here is we need to ask that particular person these questions, and depending on that we can come up with a solution here. So if you want to ask the questions, you should have some past data. Without the past data, we cannot do that particular thing. Okay, so that's the reason what we do is we will take one very small data set to come up with a decision tree. This is the data set for that numerical. We have 4 attributes here, and one is a decision variable, that is a play, and 4 can say the attributes have different possibilities in this case. If you look at the first attribute, that is outlook, has 3 possibilities. One is the outlook can be sunny, or it can be overcast, or it can be rainy. So these are the 3 possibilities. The second attribute, temperature, has 3 possibilities again. Hot is the first possibility, mild and cool are the second and third possibility for temperature attribute. Now coming back to the third attribute, that's humidity. It has 2 possibilities, high and normal, and windy has 2 possibilities, there is a wind or there is no wind, true or false. There are only 2 possibilities. And the decision variables are the decision variable has 2 possibilities. So the meaning of this one is a binary classification. Either the person will play the tennis or he will not play the tennis given certain conditions. Now coming back to this example, So if you look at this particular thing, they have given 4 possibilities here, like sunny, hot, normal and true. What we need to do is we need to search for that particular option here. If you get that particular option directly in this particular data set, definitely whatever the decision is there for that possibility, that is the answer. But many times it may not happen. Okay, so if you try to search for this one, no, sunny, hot, normal, true, you may not be getting that particular thing directly here. Okay, so that's the reason you may not come up with a final answer directly. What we need to do is we need to come up with a decision tree, and then we need to ask these questions like what is overcast, what is temperature, what is humidity, what is windy, and then we need to come up with a solution. Okay, so that's how actually it works. Now that's what actually has been mentioned here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to check for that particular condition, that is sunny, hot, normal, windy, into the data table. You try to match that particular condition into the data table. If it is available, definitely you can come up with the answer. Okay, but if it is not available, the meaning of that one is you can say that we need to find some other or alternative solutions in that case. But what are the disadvantages of looking for a particular pattern in the given data set are? There are a lot of disadvantages. So very first disadvantage is if the data table is very large, and if you want to match that particular thing into the database, definitely it takes a lot of time. Okay, that's a one disadvantage, because if your data set is very big, and if you want to match for every new example into that database, it's very time consuming. And the second one is you may not get that particular match. There is no instance which is exactly matching with your question. That may not be the case. The third possibility is what if the data values are not available for all the variables? So what happens actually is your question is having some variables. Those variables are not present in the data set. So what happens in that case? So definitely what happens in such cases is we will not be able to get the answer. So these are some different disadvantages for looking a given example or an instance into the given data table. So we should not do this one. We should not see for that example in a data table. What actually we should do is we should find some alternate solution, like we need to draw some decision tree and then come up with the answer here. So how to construct a decision tree? That's a question here. So data set is given to us. We need to construct the decision tree. Okay, so that's a very difficult question. We cannot directly draw that particular decision tree as it is. So what we need to do here is there are 4 attributes are given to us, like the outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. So these are some of the different attributes are given to us. But which one is when you want to draw a tree, that's a very first thing I think you know that if you want to draw a tree, we need to have a root node, and then from root node we can create a branches. Within a branch we can have intermediate nodes, and finally we can have what you can say that the leaf nodes. So the very first question comes in front of us is which node should be considered as you can say that the root node. That's a very first question in front of us. It's a very big question also, actually, you can say. We cannot directly select a particular node as the root node. There are 4 possibilities. Out of 4 possibilities, which one I can select as a root node? That's a question. So what I'm supposed to do here is I need to identify the one variable out of these particular 4 variables which can become or which can be a candidate for a root node. So that's the very first question we need to answer here. Okay, so that can be done very easily. It's not a big issue here. The criterion should be used by which one of these you can say attribute become the root node. We need to ask some questions so that a particular root you can say that a variable become the root node. And then the second very important thing is while selecting that particular root node or any node, in intermediate node or something like that, we should be very much careful that the size of the tree should be as small as possible. Okay, so the ultimate the requirement is what? The tree should be the shortest one. So that's the ultimate requirement. And the third thing one should remember is we should ask very less number of questions and we should get the answers. So that's what the thing. And the most important question or should be the one by itself helps make the most correct decisions with the fewest errors. So that's how the one more thing we should remember. Now coming back to the numerical, we need to remember those particular 4 points whenever you want to create any, what you can say, that a root node or something like that. So in this example, I have given that data set on the left hand side. You can see that data set consisting of 14 examples with what we can say that the attributes, the different possible values for that attributes, as well as we can say that a decision variable. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to calculate out of these particular 4 variables, which variable or attribute can be the candidate for your the root node. So first what I do here is I'll try to calculate the I'll try to do some numerical on this outlook, and then I'll come up with what you can say that the error for this particular outlook. Similarly for temperature, humidity and wind, and finally we'll come up with the answer. So now what is the procedure here? So the procedure is very simple. What I am supposed to do here is, first I need to list out what are the different possibilities for outlook. So what are the different possibilities for outlook? One is the overcast, second one is sunny, and third possibility is rainy. Now what I need to do is I need to count how many number of overcasts are present. So I need to count it. So this is the first one, second one, third one, then fourth one. So there are 4 overcast examples are there. So how many number of times sunny appears? 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. So 5 times sunny appears. So what is the third one? Rainy. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So totally 5 number of times what we can say that rainy appears. Now out of these particular 4 occurrences of overcast, how many number of times we have a decision yes? How many number of times we have a decision no? So how many number of times we have decision yes, we need to find out. So go back to this one, overcast. Yes, overcast here, yes. Overcast, decision is yes. Overcast, decision is yes. Overcast, decision is yes. So out of 4 occurrences, all the 4 occurrences are of yes and 0 occurrences no. Now once you write this particular thing, so first of all we need to count how many number of times that particular attribute the possibility is appearing. Within that, how many number of time the decision is yes, how many number of time decision is no. So I have written the decision, I have counted it. The number of times the decision yes is 4, the number of times the decision no is 0 here. Now what I need to do is I need to write a rule for this one. Okay, so I have written it here, you can check it out. So what is written here is overcast is equivalent to yes. This is the rule I have written. So the meaning of this one is I need to write a rule where we can make maximum correct decisions. For example, if I make the rule as overcast is equivalent to yes, I can get 4 correct decisions and 0 wrong decisions. But if I make overcast is equivalent to no, I will make 0 correct decisions and 4 incorrect decisions, because the rule is what? Overcast is equivalent to no. How many correct decisions I will get? 0, because there are no overcast is equivalent to no are present in our example. So I don't get the correct decisions, I get 0 correct decisions, I get 4 incorrect decisions. So which one I supposed to select? I should select overcast is equivalent to yes, because I am getting 4 correct decisions here. So that is what the meaning here. Now if you are getting 4 correct decisions, how many incorrect decisions you are getting? 0. So 0 out of 4, 0 out of 4 incorrect decisions. So that is what the error in this case. Similar to sunny, similar to this, the sunny, how many times it is appearing? 5 times. Now you need to count how many number of times it is whenever sunny is equal to yes, how many number of instances are there? How many number of times sunny and no are there? So if you count it, you will get, one time I'll just show you. Sunny no, again sunny no, the 3 times it is appearing no, sunny yes here, and then sunny yes here, 2 times yes is present. So yes is 2, no is 3. Now how to make a rule? So if I say something like this one, sunny is equivalent to yes, how many correct decisions I will get? 2 correct decisions. And how many incorrect decisions? 3 incorrect decisions. If I make sunny is equivalent to no, how many correct decisions I will get? 3 correct decisions, 2 incorrect decisions. So what should be the answer in this case? So better to go with sunny is equivalent to no, because I will get 3 correct decisions and 2 incorrect decisions. So sunny is equivalent to no is the rule, and error in this case is 2 by 5, because 2 incorrect decisions will be there. So 2 by 5, 2 out of 5, 3 are correct decisions, 2 are incorrect decisions. So we will get 2 by 5. Similarly, we can do it for rainy also. We will count how many number of times yes and no are appearing. We will write that particular value here. If you see this particular example, the rainy is appearing, rainy and yes combination is appearing 3 times, and rainy no is appearing 2 times. If I make rainy is equal to yes, I will get 3 correct decisions, 2 incorrect decisions. If I make rainy is equal to no, I will get 2 correct decisions and 3 incorrect decisions. So better to go with rainy is equal to yes here. If I make that particular thing, there will be 2 incorrect decisions, that is 2 by 5 is the error, and finally we need to calculate the total error of this particular attribute. What is the total error here? 2 errors here, 0 errors here, 2 errors here. So totally how much is this? That's a 4 errors out of 5 plus 4 plus 5, that is 14 examples. So out of 14 examples, we got 4 errors in this case. So that is how actually we can understand it. Now similarly, what we need to do is we need to calculate it for temperature attribute. So temperature has 3 possibilities: hot, mild, cool. These are 3 possibilities. First, what is the procedure? We need to count how many number of times hot is appearing. So we need to count this particular hot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It is appearing 4 times. I'll write it here. How many number of times mild is appearing? I need to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we need to count how many number of times mild is appearing. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it is appearing 6 number of times here. And then how many number of times cool is appearing? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool or cold, you can write it over here. And it is appearing 4 number of times here. Now the next question is what? We need to count out of 4, how many yes are there, how many no are there. Out of 6, how many yes, how many no. Out of 4, how many yes, how many no. So that's the thing we need to write. So we will get those particular values over here. Now once you get those particular values, what is the next thing we need to do? We need to create this particular table where we can calculate the error by writing some different rules. If you look at this one, there are 4 examples, and if I make hot is equivalent to yes, we get 2 correct decisions and 2 incorrect decisions. If I make hot is equivalent to no, we get 2 correct decisions and 2 incorrect decisions. So in such case, we can use any of these particular possibilities. Either you can use hot is equivalent to yes, hot is equivalent to no, because in both the cases we are getting the same error here. So I'll make hot is equivalent to no, or you can write hot is equivalent to no / yes also, you can write it here. And the error will be definitely 2 by 4 in this case. If I take yes or no, definitely error will be 2 by 4 only. When it comes to this example, we have 6 examples. Out of that 4 are yes and 2 are no. So definitely I need to make a rule like mild is equivalent to yes, because 4 correct decisions I will get and 2 incorrect decisions I will get, and the error should be 2 by 6. So that is what has been written here. Now when coming back to this cool or cold, cool or cold should be written as yes, because I will get 3 correct decisions and 1 incorrect decision here. So cool is equivalent to yes. So 1 incorrect decision, that is 1 by 4. I need to calculate the total error, that is 2 plus 1, that is 5. That's a total number of errors out of 4 plus 6 plus 4, that is 14 in this case. So the total error of this particular attribute, that is temperature, is 5 by 14. The next one is the humidity, that is the attribute. So when you see this particular attribute, we have 2 possibilities. One is high and normal. If you count these particular things, 7 times high is appearing and 7 times normal is appearing. Out of 7, there are 3 yes decisions are there and 4 no decisions are there. Out of 7 with respect to normal, there are 6 yes decisions are there and 1 no decision is there. Now we need to write the rules. So what is the rule for the first one? It should be high is equivalent to no, because I will get 4 correct decisions and 3 incorrect decisions. So definitely I should write high is equivalent to no. In that case, what will be the error? The error value will be 3 by 7, that is 3 divided by 7. When I have humidity is equivalent to normal, and if you look at this number of yes and no, here I need to make the rule as normal is equivalent to yes, because we will get 6 correct decisions and 1 incorrect decision here, and the error will be 1 by 7 here. Normal is equivalent to yes, 1 by 7 is the error, and the total error in this case is 3 plus 1, that is 4, 7 plus 7, that is equivalent to 14. 4 out of 14 is the number of total error, you can say here. Now coming back to the next attribute, that is windy. There is a possibility, the 2 possibilities. One is the true and false. True are 8 in this case. If we just count the true, there are 8 possibilities are there, and the false, there are 6 possibilities. Out of 8, 6 are yes, 2 are no, Out of 6, 3 are yes and 3 are no in this case. Now what should be the rule for true? True should be equivalent to yes, because we will get 6 correct decisions and 2 incorrect decisions. Okay. I think we have a small mistake here. Actually it should be true here. This one should be false and this one should be true. So if you count it properly, I have made a small mistake, while it's a typo you can say. Then coming back to this one, false is equivalent to yes. I'll be getting the 6 correct decisions and 2 incorrect decisions, so it will be 2 by 8. And when it comes to true is equivalent to, either you can take yes or no, because both of them are same values here. I will take true is equivalent to no. You can take yes also, it's not a big issue. The error is, if I take no, 3 by 6. If I take yes, also 3 by 6 is the error. So total error is 3 plus 2, that is 5. 6 plus 8 is equal to 14. So total error is 5 or 14 in this case. Now if I write all the errors for this particular first level, so outlook we got the total error as 4 by 14. Temperature we got 5 by 14. Humidity we got 4 by 14, and wind we got 5 by 14. Now comparing these particular possibilities, the one which is having the least total error, that is the root or the candidate for root node. There are two possibilities. One is outlook and one more is humidity here, because both of them are having least errors. There are 4 errors out of 14. Again the question comes in front of us, should I select outlook or humidity for the root node? So in such case we can go back to this what we can say that the error or errors column, just check it out whether there are any attributes or the possibilities which have 0 error. So in this case, if you look at this one, overcast is equal to yes as having 0 errors out of 4 possibilities. And when it comes to this one, in the humidity column, we don't have any of these two such possibilities, like high and normal, both of them are having some error. So definitely we need to select outlook, because it is giving at least one correct decisions for a particular possibility. So this is the one more level you can check it out. Okay, so first what we need to do, we need to check the total error column, and one which is having the least total error, that should be the candidate for your the root node or a node where we are considering. And then if both of them are same, then we need to go back to this error column, try to check whether any of the attributes or the possible values of attribute gives least error. That will become a candidate for your the node. Now in this case we can select outlook here, because it is giving 0 error for outlook is equivalent to overcast is equivalent to yes in this case. Now what we do here is we will start with this outlook here. So outlook has 3 possibilities. One is sunny, overcast and rainy. When overcast is outlook is equivalent to overcast, we are getting yes, because there are no errors. But when it comes to overcast is outlook is equivalent to sunny, outlook is equivalent to sunny, we are not getting a perfect answer here, we are getting some errors. So there are 2 errors here. When outlook is equivalent to rainy, again we are getting some errors, that is 2 errors. So we cannot directly get the answer here. So what I need to do here is, I need to write a part of table where outlook is equivalent to sunny. So wherever there is outlook is equivalent to sunny in this particular table, I need to consider these 3 attributes along with the decision variable and create a subset of that particular table. So once again, how this particular table is created, outlook is equivalent to sunny and the part of this particular table is constructed. When outlook is equivalent to overcast, we are getting the final answer, there is no question over to it. But when outlook is equivalent to rainy, we need to consider it. For example, we need to go here, whenever outlook is equivalent to rainy, we need to write these 3 things. Whenever outlook is equivalent to rainy, these 3 things will come into picture. This is the 4th one, this is the 5th one. So total number of examples we get here is only 5. Similar to that one, whenever outlook is equivalent to sunny, we will get only 5 examples here. Now when you get this particular thing, we need to select one attribute from these 3 possibilities for this particular node. The same thing should happen over here also. We have temperature, humidity and wind here. We need to select one attribute among these 3 for this particular root node, and then we need to proceed from here onwards. So for that reason, what I do here is, I will take the first table, that is temperature, humidity, windy, play, that's the left hand side subtree, and then I'll try to calculate what we can say that the 3 possibilities. What is the error for temperature, what is the error for humidity, what is the error for wind. So first I will consider attribute as temperature. Now if you see this particular temperature, there are three possibilities: hot, mild and cool. How many number of times hot is appearing? 2 times. Both of them are no. So there is no yes. So what should be the rule? So there are two possibilities. Both the possibilities are no. So definitely the hot should be equivalent to no, and both the decisions are correct because both of them are no only. So 0 out of 2 are the errors. We'll take one more example. Temperature is equivalent to mild. So mild, how many times it is appearing? 2 times. What is the possible decisions? No and yes. One time it is yes, one time it is no. So what should be the decision here or the rule here? You can take any of these things. Mild is equivalent to no you can take, or mild is equivalent to yes you can take. If you take no also, one incorrect decision. If you take yes also, there will be one incorrect decision. So 1 by 2 is the incorrect decisions. If you consider cool here, it is appearing only one time. Whenever it is only one time, there is no question about the other thing, but there is only one possibility, that is yes here. So cool is equivalent to yes. So when you make cool is equivalent to yes, that's a correct decision. So there are no incorrect decisions here. So what is the total error? 1 divided by 5. Likewise, humidity. Humidity, 3 possibilities of high and 2 are normal. Out of 3 possibilities, all the 3 possibilities are no. So there is no question of yes. All the 3 possibilities are no. So the rule must be high is equivalent to no. All the 3 are correct decisions. There are no incorrect decisions. 0 by 3. Coming back to normal. Normal, it is appearing 2 times. Both of them are yes here. So normal should be equivalent to yes. Incorrect decisions are 0. So that is 0 by 2. Coming back to windy, false, false, false. So false is appearing 3 times. Out of 3 times, 2 times it is no, 1 time it is yes. So what should be the rule? 2 times it is no, 1 time it is yes. So definitely false should be equivalent to no, and the errors are 1 error here because false is equivalent to yes we have. So whenever you make false is equivalent to no, we will get 1 by 3 as the error. True. True is appearing 2 times. 1 time it is no, 1 time it is yes. So if you take true is equivalent to no, 1 incorrect decision. If you take true is equivalent to yes, again we will get 1 more incorrect decision here. So total error in this case is 1 plus 1, 2 divided by 5. So if you look at this total error column, humidity is the best possibility here because it is giving you 0 error, or you can say that the least error, and then we need to construct the left hand tree. So that we will do over here. You can see here. So humidity, whenever it is high, you can see here, what is the thing? Whenever it is high, what should be the answer? No. Whenever it is normal, what is the answer? Yes. So whenever humidity is equivalent to high, it is no. Whenever humidity is equivalent to normal, the answer is equivalent to yes here. Now coming back to the right hand side, so this part we have done. We need to write the humidity here. If it is high, it is no. If it is normal, it is yes. Now coming back to this side we have here. We need to identify the least error attribute here. The same procedure. Temperature has actually 2 possibilities: mild, cool here. I will take temperature. Mild is appearing how many number of times? 3 times. Yes, yes, no. So the meaning of this one is 2 times yes, 1 time no. Mild is equivalent to yes, 1 is error. Cool is appearing 2 times. 1 is yes, 1 is no. So definitely we can write cool is equivalent to yes or cool is equivalent to no. If you select any of them, 1 by 2 is the error. So total error is 2 by 5. Coming back to humidity, there are 2 possibilities again, high and normal. High is appearing 2 times. 1 is normal, 1 is yes, 1 is no. So when high is equivalent to no, 1 by 2 is the error. When high is equivalent to yes, 1 by 2 is the error. Normal is appearing 3 times. 2 times yes, 1 times no. So normal should be equivalent to yes, and 2 are correct answers, 1 is incorrect. So 1 by 3 is the answer here. Coming back to windy, windy has 2 possibilities, false and true. False is appearing 3 times here. In all the 3 possibilities, it is yes only. So there is no incorrect decision. Whenever you make false is equivalent to yes as the decision or a rule, false is equivalent to yes here, and 0 by 3 is the error. Coming back to the second one, true, that is true is equivalent to is appearing 2 times, and both the times it is no only. So true is equivalent to no. It's a slight mistake here. It should be 0 by 2. So that is what the slight typo mistake here. It's a 0 by 2 because there is no incorrect decisions. Both of them are correct decisions. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 2 is equivalent to 5. 0 by 5 is the total error in this case. Now 0 by 5 is the total error in this case. The meaning of this one is this is the least error among the three possibilities. So what I'm supposed to select? I need to select windy as the attribute, and whenever windy is equivalent to false, the answer is yes. Whenever windy is equivalent to true, the answer is equivalent to no in this case. So that is what actually you can see. Windy is equivalent to true, then it is the answer is no. Whenever windy is equivalent to yes, the answer should be equivalent to windy is equivalent to false, the answer should be equivalent to yes here. Now coming back to our example, what is the example given to us? Outlook should be equivalent to sunny, temperature is hot, humidity is equivalent to normal, and windy is equivalent to true. So what should be the answer here? So that is what actually they are asking. So what is the answer here? So the answer is whenever we start with this particular side, first we need to ask the question starting from the root. So root, what is the attribute we have? Outlook. Outlook is equivalent to sunny. Go to this branch. Outlook is equivalent to sunny. Next question I need to ask is this one. Humidity. Humidity is equivalent to what given to us? Normal. Humidity is equivalent to normal. So what is the final answer we got? Yes here. So the person will play the tennis in this case. So this is how actually we can construct the decision tree for a given data set, as well as we can calculate the decision variable for the given testing example. I hope this particular concept is clear to you. If you like the video, do like and share with your friends. Subscribe the channel for more videos. Press the bell icon for regular updates. Thank you for watching.